Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video will be entitled The Dilemma of the Family Man. It's one thing that, is very rarely talked about, and it's a part of masculinity that is often undermined, and frankly, most of the time it is not appreciated. And that is this thing that men go through when they start having a family, when they get married, when they have kids, or just even when they get married, even before they have kids. And that is the masculine sense of obligation. Okay, the masculine sense of needing to look after what's his family, his wives, his children, etc. And even if he doesn't have children, even if he has a wife, that instinct with him, that thing that drives him, that edges him forward, that I need to look after this woman. And so it's an instinct that men have lived with, from the beginning. From the time of the hunter-gatherer societies, where men were precisely chosen as mates because of their ability to hunt and protect and fight off other wayward men who try to harass their women, rape them, in other words. Okay, it wasn't always that people clothed their intentions in civilized words. People were as barbaric then as they are now, underneath all the shininess of, modern society. And so what you have essentially is you have a man, or the masculinity of a man, a primal man, a man who is natural, that has the instinct to protect and to look after, embedded in him. And then when he has a family, that instinct overtakes him, basically, and it becomes his life purpose, okay, to protect and look after. And what he does henceforth, it's almost defined through that need to protect and look after his family. And so countless men the world over, spend grueling hours, long periods of time away from home, and work, themselves to the bone to be able to look after their families. Countless men do that. And they do it out of obligation. And they do it out of loyalty. They do it out of commitment. And they don't actually expect thanks in return. They don't. Simply, they see it as their duty. Okay? Not only do they see it as their duty, many women see it as their right to have this man do these things for them. Okay? And the dilemma that of manhood is that in this modern dispensation, where many things have changed, where women have a lot more rights and feel empowered and feel that they don't need a man to be like that anymore, okay, it is often that this quality, which is innate in man, is then held against him, okay, because the same quality which facilitates the blossoming of a family because of this manhood and masculinity, is also the quality that requires obedience from that family, okay, from that woman, from those children, basically. So it's a double-edged sword, in other words. On the one hand, yes, men have this innate instinct to do this, and they become defined through this role as men. On the other hand, when they do this, they demand respect. They demand a certain amount of submissiveness, if you will, from their wives and their children, because they are the head of their homes. And simply, just functionally, you can't protect people who don't listen to you. When you tell them something is dangerous, because you navigate the world of men, which historically has been out there. The world of women has usually been the world of the tribe, the world of the inside, the inner part, the home, or the extended home, or the extended area, the farm. Okay, that's been the world of women, and then men used to navigate the world of men, which was outside. And so because men are historically ingrained and genetically ingrained to navigate the world of men, okay, they innately know the dangers that exist in the world of men more so than women, okay, whether people like it or not, okay, that is just a fact, okay. And hence their sense of wanting to protect, is more so in relation to what happens out there than what happens in here, basically. Because the world of women historically has always been the world of women, and men have largely taken for granted that women know how to handle their own world, okay? And women took it for granted that men know how to handle their own world. And so the dilemma of masculinity in our time is that when men have defined themselves, as they often do, even as I do, and our roles as being that of protector, that of looking after our families, and it becomes like a primary purpose in life. Okay, and this is also because of the biological fact that men are disposable. Okay, and what do I mean by that? If the function of family is really to propagate the species, which on a biological level that's what it is, and the function of mating, having a mate, is to procreate, then really you need very few men to be able to accomplish that task. Okay? Very few very happy men can impregnate a great number of women. Okay? And so that means that men are far more disposable, and men are in a sense redundant. Okay? More or less significant than women on the biological front, and hence the crisis of masculinity is that the man now, because his function is basically based on what his ability, on what he can do, it is external. Okay. Whereas the function of woman is what they can create within themselves, or what is created within themselves, which is intrinsic. Okay. So women are intrinsically valuable within themselves. Okay, which is why you can have a guy who, based on his vast accomplishments in life, would marry a young woman of 20 something who has accomplished nothing, but she's going to be a good wife to him and a good mother to his children. But further than that, she really hasn't accomplished anything in her life, and that's okay. A woman can just walk into a man's life with nothing but her biology, and he would be happy to spend his entire life looking after her. Okay? A woman would not be okay just walking into her life, the life of a man who has nothing and not accomplished anything. Because masculinity is defined by accomplishment. Because accomplishment equals ability, and ability means you can look after and protect a family. And so the crisis now that we have of masculinity lies in the fact that